it's Jessica from Ilmor, and today we're at the boarding school in Orlando, hanging out with Travis Moye. So let's go take a tour of the facility as well as get on some of these boats and see what all of this fantastic wakeboarding water skiing school is all about.
My name is Travis Moye. I am the owner of the boarding school here in Orlando, Florida. So we have a wakeboard, water ski, wake surf school here in Florida. We have 3 private lakes that are all connected, and with that we've got the Ilmor powered Mastercraft X-Star, we've got Ilmor powered Mastercraft Pro Star. Since 2011 I've had a dozen boats probably Ilmor powered. I put, between boats I put probably 2,000 hours a year on Ilmor engines. I've never remotely had a type of issue. You lose a lot of pop, you lose a lot of power, and then obviously you lose balance. So you're gonna always stay in that lean, and just think about bringing, obviously you have to reach down, but think about bringing the board to you instead of you bringing your chest to the board. So I'm lucky enough I get to do a lot of the R&D and validation with Ilmor. So I had the very first 7.4 liter back in 2011, before they were really released to the world. I had the very first one in my boat. And so it's cool, I get brought in on the front end of a lot of that stuff, and validating the new 6.2. Last year I had one of the first pre-production ones, and then I ran that for 700 hours, and then I had the first production one in my boat and put a couple hundred hours on that. So it's really cool that I get to be a part of that, and then also see the changes and improvements and get to be a part of that process. Honestly, it's been amazing working with Ilmor. From day one, I can honestly remember the first day I went to meet with Ilmor guys down in Naples when we were discussing the engine transition. And we were using another manufacturer, and had a tech in the boat, and he had his laptop hooked up to the boat, and I would drive it, and he would go, what would you want to do differently? And I was like, well, I like it here, I don't like it as much here. And he would and do something and try it again. And I was just like, it was the first time in my life that I'd ever had anybody ask me those questions, and I got to answer them, and they actually went somewhere. So for me, like I said, it's super rewarding, and it makes it really fun for me, and something I look forward to do. Running a business, I'm not just running 1 or 2 sets. There's days I'm running 20, 30, 40 sets combined between skiing and wakeboarding and surfing. So for me, the performance and efficiency are, really, really important. And that's one thing with this new 6.2 that I saw last year, that my gas efficiency was crazy, comparatively, and especially compared to what other boat manufacturers are doing. And I have other guys that ride for other boat companies. They come out and take a set with me, and they bring 2 gas cans to ride one set, and it only takes 1 gas can, and they're minds are blown. And so that's, you think about it, sure, that might not be that big a deal. It's 5 gallons to them, but it's 5 gallons a day to them. And, but for me, that would be 20, 30, 40 gallons a day. So, it's huge over the course of the year. First day I had that 7.4 here. We're on little private lakes, and we have these little pinch points that you go between, and normally when the boat's fully weighted, the boat could be, would be struggling, and I had the boat fully weighted, and I floored it, and the thing just responded like I've never had in my life before that point. And I remember looking back at the guy riding and screaming and smiling and pumping my fist in the air, and it was, for me, it's the most important thing. If the boat's performing well, my day is way, way easier. And so it's having that first experience, the very first touch point I had with the engine, I wanted it. And then the very first time I had that engine, I knew I had the right engine.